All right, so today we return to Tycoon RNG to work on a brand new build all in one video. That way you guys can sort of follow along with me, even though the likelihood of you having the exact same stuff as me is extremely low, but it's okay. At least you guys will understand and get a general idea on how all this works. But before we do that, I'm going to give you guys a quick tour on what I'm working on right now, or should I say what I'm using right now, as well as the results that I am currently getting. Because to be completely honest, this is by far the best layout that I've been able to create so far with the stuff that I have, which if you aren't aware, I have absolutely terrible luck. Now, if you take a look down here, I'm currently earning 100 DD, but that actually becomes a lot better if I make a couple of changes here. Starting with the Gates of Calamity, if I go ahead and switch this over to a negative golden extreme heat, and then we make our way up to the second floor, move over here to this heavenly ruins that I got, and instead replace that with a overclocked golden metro punk clockwork. Then we go into my auras and I go ahead and put on a golden gaze, which obviously goes ahead and adds a aura shield, meaning that the destroy 45% of auras that this machine does right here completely gets negated, and it does absolutely nothing. Now you guys will notice that as soon as this all gets fixed, because obviously it broke when I made the changes, we're going to be going up to some pretty insane numbers. I just obviously don't use this all day long because, well, I don't exactly need the money right now. But yeah, if you notice, we're at 380 DD. Sometimes it peaks up all the way to about 600 DD. Still going, and it should get to like close to 500 in a second. I may have actually changed something on the top floor. I think I actually swapped out one of the droppers while I was getting ready to record this video. Either way, you get the idea. It's pretty insane, and honestly, it averages between 400 DD with the current layout, which is really the majority all fire. If you guys remember, a couple of days ago, I told you about this Google Doc file. I linked it in my video, and honestly, over the last couple of days since the update dropped, it's constantly been updating on what the current best layout is. For the most part, Perfumed and Acid have pretty much been there throughout the entire time, but it has swapped over the third one a bunch of different times. Most recently, in the last 24 hours, it's changed to Ice. Previously, it was Magnetic, as well as I believe Vulnerable had even made a comeback at some point. But currently, in the order that they have it here, Ice is number one. And if we make our way down here on the list, the Icicle, Nature's Embrace, the Dripper, as well as the Fish Tank, Perfect Lawn, Cold Snap, Forceful Blizzard, and the Snow Pond are all the recommended items for this build that we're going to be working on. I thankfully have pretty much every single one of those items. Unfortunately, I only have one Forceful Blizzard, which I really need in order to be able to turn wet into ice. But we're going to try and make this work. I don't exactly know how. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. But again, I'm pretty good on money right now. My entire Tycoon is fully maxed out. So for that reason, we're going to go ahead and withdraw all our items. And we're starting fresh just for you guys here in the video. So I want to apologize ahead of time if this is a longer one. It's just that, you know, I really want to walk you guys through everything and explain why I'm putting things there. So that way, those of you that are much smarter than me can correct me in the comments. All right, let's get started. So taking a look back over here on the Google Doc, it says ice builds look very similar to wet builds, but they're actually different by a lot. The tactic for ice build is to first give the ore wet, then turn it into ice using Forceful Blizzard, then repeating the process, which is kind of the part where I'm a little stuck on because I only have one Forceful Blizzard. So I don't exactly know if this is going to work out efficiently, but I'm going to try my best to make it work. It says place 1 to 2 X2 wet adders, then a Forceful Blizzard right after. This will give a ×3 or a ×5 ice, depending on if you place 1 or 2 of the ×2 wet adders, which can be stacked by doing this multiple times. Example, if this is done 3 times, you will get X5, 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 ice, resulting in a total of X125 ice. Lastly, add Cold Snap, which will get boosted by the ice multiplier. Now, lucky for me, I do have a X2 adder, which would be the Dripper over here. I have a 1 in 11.5 million drop chance, so I'm very lucky there. We're going to go ahead and place that one down. Then also next to that, I'm going to place down an Icicle that I have, which is unfortunately only a 1.6x, but the ore value and drop rate is extremely good, so I don't want to miss out on not having this on my build, basically. So let's go ahead and now add another one because I actually have two of them. Wow, I didn't even realize I had two of them. And then if we scroll down a little bit more here, I have a couple of them that are 1 and 1.15 million. So let me actually swap these out so they're more ahead. So technically speaking, right here, we have exactly what it said in the example. It said, I think, times 125, assuming I put a forceful blizzard right over here. Right? I think that's what it said because it did say right after. So basically what's happening here now is that these droppers are dropping 2x wet, and then it's going through here, which is giving it instantly 1x ice. It's likely going to be more efficient for me to just go ahead and probably use the Void Shrine. But we're going to start off with just this and see kind of where that goes. So far, we're earning 148k. God, we're broke. All right, so here's my thought process, which actually does work out. I just went ahead and added a perfect lawn right before the forceful blizzard that we added. And instead of getting 1x ice, now we're getting 3x. So that now makes me even more curious if I go ahead and, I don't know, throw in even another perfect lawn and then come down here to the second floor and instead put the forceful blizzard here. Now we're getting 5x. So what's stopping me from adding another perfect lawn and maybe even a Billy fish tank? So now we have a bunch of stacks of wet right there. What happens if I put a forceful blizzard? Now we have 9x. Dude, what? Hold on a second. This is about to get insane. I don't know if the numbers are going to be crazy, but we're about to find out because I have a bunch of these Billy fish tanks and I'm actually considering just spamming all of these. So let's see what happens. All right, so technically that is all of the things that I have that add wet. And if we take a look over here, yeah, the stack of wet is kind of insane right now. Let me see. Hold on. Right there. You can see it right there. It's pretty wild. So if we come here now and we go ahead and add forceful blizzard, we are getting a 19x. Pretty good, to be honest. If we take a look over here, now we're earning 28 SP, which still is not really all that great. In order for this to really be super efficient and to really make the most amount of money, it's probably going to be best if I incorporate a lot of different things into this. Like, for example, I have 2 cold snaps over here, and these will actually add ice if wet, and it'll be 2 times even if aired. So I might actually be able to go ahead and add a couple of high multiplier machines right before this that goes ahead and feeds aired into it, which will really help you with my multiplier. Speaking of multiplier, what happens if we switch this to the Void Shrine? So we're earning about 35 all the way up to about 39 SP. What happens if I switch it? Unfortunately, we're not getting that 2x anymore, but yeah, we're making a whole lot more, obviously, because of the multiplier. So now we're up to 1.2 OC, but also let's keep in mind that I don't even have all my droppers down. So let's do some quick little adjustments here. So I'll be right back. All right, so after making a lot of adjustments, as you can see, we are now earning 600 all the way to as high as 660 DD, which is far better than what I was earning before. And there's a reason for why I'm kind of earning so little. I know that to some of you it might be a lot, but technically this layout should be doing an even crazier amount. But I'm going to explain to you guys what the situation is right now and exactly what I have. So if we come all the way to the top, everything is pretty much the exact same as you saw it. The only thing different is how I sort of adjusted all my upgraders. So at the beginning over here, I have pretty much my highest upgrader that I own, which is a Heavenly Ruins. This isn't going to affect anything whatsoever, and it's not really going to help in any type of way. The only reason that it's down is because of the 434 multiplier that it has. Shortly after that, I start to implement all of my wet upgraders. So I have a perfect lawn here. If we drop down here, I have another perfect lawn, then a Billy, a Billy, a Billy. Going down to the first floor, Billy again, Billy again. Then I have another Heavenly Ruins for the multiplier. I did go ahead and test this out with another perfect lawn, but because the other perfect lawn that I have doesn't really have the best multiplier, the Heavenly Ruin gives better results by just a tiny bit, nothing really too crazy, but enough where it is beneficial to have this down. Then after that, I have another wet being my final one. I don't have any more after this point. Once you've gone ahead and added all of your wet adders, then you go ahead and place down your forceful blizzard. After the forceful blizzard, I went ahead and placed down all of my cold snaps that I have, which again, they really aren't that great. I wish I had more of the negative cold snaps because this one has only a 29 multiplier. Same for this one over here. And this one only has an 18. So if these were better, I could easily be earning 1 TDS or maybe even 2 TDS. So really what's holding me back right now is the multipliers that I have on all of these individual items. But again, that all kind of just goes back to luck. Unfortunately, I don't really have that much luck. But one thing is for sure, this layout is far better than what I had before, and I will absolutely be keeping this. Also, coming back over here to the furnace at the very end, you'll notice that I did end up with the void shrine. I actually looked over the dock again and I didn't realize that in parentheses it says that they don't recommend it. And I'm talking specifically about the snow pond touch. They really don't recommend that you use that. And I was honestly thinking about maybe adding one of these daydreams because it does give an extra 1.5 times to wet. But the thing is that by the time that they make it to the end, they really only have ice. So I don't really think that that would help me in any type of way whatsoever. So this setup right here is what I will be using as I get more billies, as I get more perfect lawns, and as I get more cold snaps. I will upgrade all of these. And I think by the next time that you guys see me, I should be earning at least 1 TDS. Obviously, at the end of the day, it all really comes down to my luck. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and it sort of helped you understand a little bit how the entire kind of like Google Doc works. I'm trying my best to sort of explain to you guys how everything works, since I do see your comments of those of you asking me, hey, look, I followed the Google Docs and I'm just not earning any money whatsoever. I figured the easiest way to kind of explain it is by just rebuilding my entire layout on video and then walking you guys through it. Yeah, it's going to be a longer video, but it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be some more Tycoon RNG. Apparently, we're going to have a crazy update this weekend. If we do get any leaks whatsoever, I'll bring you guys a video on it. And I've also been seeing all of the DMs about the button puzzle. We're going to probably get some videos out now during the week about the button puzzle. But yeah, man, this was actually a lot of fun. And not only that, but I was also able to go ahead and do a massive upgrade to my Tycoon. I should also point out that the numbers that I'm getting in the background right now is with Golden Gaze activated. Everything is going to work perfectly fine if you switch over to Rapture, except that you're obviously going to see a 50% decrease. If not, maybe even a little bit more. If you guys notice, for me, I dropped down instead of to 300 DD, I'm down to about like the really high 200s. Oh, well, now we're at 300. Okay, so yeah, about a 50% decrease you're going to see. Either way, I hope this helped you out and you enjoyed the video. That's going to do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.